Hello friends, welcome to Hello English. My name is Rupam and in today's video we will discuss about 3 tips to make English learning at home successful. So please watch till the end. You will benefit a lot from this video, I am sure. So before we start, one request. If you like my video, please do subscribe. Ram is from a small hill town and he always wanted to learn English. Unfortunately, he is from such a place where he don't have anyone who can help Ram to learn English, to become fluent in English. He tried many ways, but it didn't help. Somehow, he came across one tourist. One day, one tourist came to his hill station and he met him. That tourist gave him some advice, gave him 3 tips, which he applied in his life, and that's how he became fluent in English. I'm sharing with you these 3 beautiful tips, and I'm sure these tips will help you to learn English at home very easy. The first tip, which will help you to become fluent in English, is when learning English, if you type in the Google, how to learn English at home, you will come across so many different types of ideas, so many scripts, so many writings, which is not logical. Just see this. Do you think it is practical? Do you think it is realistic? No. So he started to follow 3 activities, which is to listen, read, and to practice. He started in a very simple way. Each day, he used to do only these 3 activities. Number 1, listen to interesting contents in English while he was doing some work. Number 2, he used to read interesting books in English before going to bed or while he is commuting, while he is traveling. Number 3, practice speaking English alone. He used to do that especially in the morning hours. I wholeheartedly believe that this learning routine is more than enough to improve your English. There is no need to do anything more complicated or fancy. Be simple, practice in a simple way, and you see how fast and how nicely you learn. Also, when you are learning English, few things which you can avoid are: don't study grammar too much. Don't use language learning app. Don't spend time watching random English lessons on YouTube. Don't try to memorize a lot of new vocabulary. If you keep your routine simple, it's easy to follow the same thing on a daily basis. You will be consistent and your English will improve very fast. Let's move to tip number 2. The biggest challenge we face when we try to learn English at home is we don't have anyone to monitor us, no one to guide us. So it becomes very easy to procrastinate. So what is procrastinate? Let's learn the meaning of procrastinate. Go to Google and type procrastinate meaning and you will get it. So delay or postpone your action. Okay, this is the meaning of procrastinate. Putting off doing something. So what I was telling is that when you are alone and you are practicing English at home, you try to ignore your English. You try to avoid your timings. So instead of learning English, you will be doing some other activities like watching some random videos, playing video games, or chit-chatting with your friends, or watching some website or some news which is not relevant to English. You will do all these things. In one way, you are not disciplined. One way to become disciplined and to stop wasting your time, you can make your English learning fun and interesting. Take a look at things that you do for fun at home. Is it possible to do something which is fun, which interests you, and you also learn English? For example, I will tell you, I love reading fantasy novels. But instead of reading that in my mother tongue, I prefer to read that in English. That's where I'm building my English. That's where I'm learning. Also, I love to watch new movie reviews so that if the review is good, I will go and watch the movie. Initially, I used to see that in my native language. But slowly as I learned that I am learning English, that's when I shifted from native language to English. Now I see the review in YouTube in English. Also, I love listening to scary stories. There are many YouTube channels where you will find scary stories. But initially I used to watch in my mother tongue. Okay, but if you are learning English, you have to shift it to English. So now I only subscribe to English channels so that I can have fun and learn English at the same time. Do you get my point? It's interesting, right? Let me know after trying. When you make your learning fun, it is no longer boring and you learn faster. And there is no reason to procrastinate anymore. Tip number 3. A common mistake which English learners make is they believe they are learning English, whereas in many cases they are not learning. They are doing some research how to learn English. They spend a lot of time watching videos how to learn English. They keep learning about new ideas, new tips and tricks, new techniques, new methods which can help them to learn English. The problem is, this is not learning. This is researching. You are doing some research of how to learn English. It is important that you differentiate between the two. You understand which is research and which is learning. For example, in Google, if you just type best book to read in English, you are researching. Instead, in Google, you can just type read a book in English. It will come, so many pages will come, and you can read anything. There are reasons why people spend so much time doing research. They think that activities like reading, listening, speaking, practice are too boring or too time consuming. So they keep looking for a shortcut. They are searching for some shortcuts, a secret way, a short way wherein they can learn English faster. But my dear friends, there is no shortcut. It's all about practice. The more you practice, the more you learn. So spend more time in learning instead of doing some research. I wish you all the very best. I will see you again in the next video. Thank you so much.